What's up, everybody? It's PokaTrav, and in today's video, I'm going to be going through my collection and what it's worth. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video, and let's jump right on into it. So, my first stack of PSA slabs is going to be my lower end slabs, but probably some of my favorite, to be honest, because I'm a huge fan of EX cards, EX series. They're extremely low pop, and they are also hard to pull because the boxes themselves that these cards come out of are tens of thousands of dollars. So the fact that I can get my favorite card from the set in a PSA 9 condition is 100% worth it. I always look for cards that are lower pop, hard to get a hold of, or that are from booster boxes that you don't really see much of, or they're just harder to come across. So it's always going to make the card desirable and, higher valued most of the time. So that's kind of the way I look at it when I'm collecting. And let's start off with the first card. An absolute banger. We got the 2004 Pokemon EX Raikou from Team Magma and Team Aqua. This is a set that you never really see people breaking these boxes or even see the boxes. It's a fantastic card, extremely clean. It's got a little whitening right there and a little nick right there, but it's a fantastic card. This is anywhere between like $300 to $350, I think, price-wise. And yeah, I got it in a 9, fresh new slab. One of my favorite cards I have. Shout out Pokemon Enthusiast. He actually sold me this at Collect-A-Con, my first con last year, so this one is definitely never going to leave my collection. So moving on to the next EX card, we have the amazing Dragonite EX with the swirl right there. This is from 2003. This is from the Dragon EX set. Oh man, this card is just unbelievable. I mean, I'm a huge fan of shiny cardboard, so EXs are probably the best cards you can collect if you like shiny cardboard. There's just so much holo foil on this, and like I said, PSA 9. This card is like, I think, $350 to $400, I believe. But yeah, fantastic card. Extremely clean. If you guys can't afford a 10, I highly recommend going for a 9, just because sometimes they're lower pop than a 10. And, you can collect your favorite cards in pretty much, they're mint condition. They're not gem mint, but, you get them for a significant amount less. And that's what I was doing when I first started collecting. I was collecting 9s because I couldn't afford the 10s. So moving on to another EX is the Mew EX from Holland Phantoms 2006. One of my favorite cards in my collection. My opinion, probably one of the top 3 best Mews ever. Fantastic. Again, this card is right around $350 to $400. This box is like 30 grand, $30,000 from this box, and you can get one of the best EX cards in a 9 for close to $400. It's a no-brainer, really. That's why I got the 9. It's got a nick right there. Otherwise, the card is perfect, no print lines. EX has always great print quality, and it's just a fantastic card to collect. So moving on to another beauty, another EX. We got that. You guys already know, Gyarados, my favorite Pokemon from Fire Red, Leaf Green. It's got a swirl right there on the EX portion of it, and this is the fantastic card. Again, right around that $350 to $400 range. These are all pretty much the same priced cards. And yeah, it's a mint Gyarados. It's fantastic. Another box that's like, I don't know, like 15,000 more for Fire Red, Leaf Green, probably close to 18,000 maybe now. It's crazy how, you can still get the card in a slab for pretty much less than what the pack value is. So that's why it's always more important to me to buy the card that I want than buying a pack. Or, if you want to take the risk, you like to gamble, you buy a pack and you see if you can pull it. But for me, it makes more sense to buy the slab if the slab is less or right on the same price it would cost you to buy a pack. You're guaranteed the card you want in a 9, which is a great grade. Or if you want to go for the 10, you never know. Fantastic card. All right, so after EX, we're going to be moving into Gold Stars. So Gold Stars, again, are highly collectible, and these next 3 Gold Stars, they're on the lower end of price value. I wanted to collect them because they're some of my favorite cards, and that was the reason why I wanted to collect them. These cards in 10s are like over $1,000, so I have them in 9s. I bought them raw, and then I graded them myself, so they're really cool. So we're going to move right on in. And you guys probably have seen them before, but these are the Unseen Forces dogs. So you got all 3 dogs in 9s. This is a great set if you can't afford like some of the other gold stars. I mean, I believe these are all right around $500 each, $500 to $550, depending on the condition of the 9 and what the serial number is. So the serial number is right here. Obviously, the higher it is, the newer graded it is. People will pay more for a newer cert than an older cert. It's just how it is these days. But we're going to go one by one. I mean, this card is absolutely beautiful. The hollow foil on this card, the Suicune looks fantastic. Like I said, right around $500 for all 3 of these. Well, each $500 or right around it. So you got the Suicune right into the Entei. I mean, I think the Suicune's probably my favorite. Let me know in the description what was your favorite out of these, out of the beasts. We have the Entei, another just absolutely amazing card. Again, Unseen Forces, over $300 for a pack. So you can get the gold stars you pull from the box, which is the biggest hits pretty much. And you can get them in a 9. So it's like, it's a no-brainer. And then we have the Raikou right here. Awesome. Got the darker kind of hollow in the back. I mean, you can't go wrong. These cards are beautiful. I mean, they're just fantastic, and I love them. So moving out of the EX and gold stars, we're going to move into extremely low pop. So very low pop cards from packs that are $300. And let me just tell you something, guys. These next cards I'm going to be showing you are from Call of Legends. Actually, only 3 of them are from Call of Legends. And they are like pretty much the best hits you can get in hollow form from Call of Legends. Call of Legends obviously has the shinies in it. But as far as hollows go, these are the best cards you can pull. And these are in 9s. So this Rayquaza, super, super, super low pop. Like I think it's under 30, maybe even under 20, I believe. It's got a gorgeous little swirl right there. And this Rayquaza is right around like $200, I believe, for the 9. So a pack of Call of Legends is right around $300. So you get a 9 in the Rayquaza for $200. I mean, that's how I do my collecting, and that's how I personally collect. If the value's there outside of the pack, it just makes sense to buy the card already graded, because grading right now is like $100 to grade in PSA. So that's the Rayquaza. Awesome card. Moving on to the Umbreon, fan favorite. Look at that swirl right there. The hollow is just unbelievable in these Call of Legends cards. It's just extremely vintage looking. Again, this is right around like $250, I believe, for it. $250, maybe even close to $300, I think, for the 9. 10s are like, they're impossible to find. Let's just say Call of Legends is so low pop, it's unbelievable. In a box, booster box, it was like 9,000, I think it is. It's crazy. So, and it's not super old. It's still like 13 years old or 12 years old, but another great card to have. My favorite card from Call of Legends is the Gyarados, obviously. A card that rarely anybody has honestly seen, and you never really see Gyarados in this form. It's just a beautiful card. If anybody has it in a PSA 10, hit me up. I will buy it immediately, but I do have it in 9. This is right around $150 to $200 for this card. It's, like, again, a super, super low pop. I think it's under 20 in existence. It's got that swirl right up there. You guys can see it right on the nose. It's an absolutely beautiful card, and I'm really happy to have it. Now, I'm going to move on to some more EX and Gold Stars, and then we're going to move on to my most expensive cards. So the reason why I wanted to save these cards, because this is when we're getting close to like that $1,000 range for a card. And again, super low pop. That's how I do my collecting. It's super low pop. Or if I just love a card a lot, I'll buy it. But we're going to move right on into this. Starting on off with the probably one of the best EX cards in my opinion. I mean, this card is just so shiny, and look at that massive swirl. I got that double swirl right there. It's insane. This is a PSA 9. This is right around $900 to $1,000. This is the secret rare from Unseen Forces. So it's extremely hard card to pull. And I mean, there's really nothing much to say about it. The card is just absolutely beautiful. It's got a swirl right there. It's got a swirl right there. It's got a swirl right there. I mean, it's just insane. Yeah, this is a PSA 9, a solid PSA 9. Not the cleanest PSA 9, but I'm glad to have it in my collection. And I believe this card is going to continuously to rise. I mean, it's the best Celebi art in my opinion. This is better than the Crystal. It's just unbelievable. So yeah, this is right around $1,000 for this card. Now, I'm going to move on to a card that I have really no knowledge around price. I just know what I paid for it for like 3 years ago. But I have no idea what this card's worth. I think it's close to like $700. I would probably price it around because the pop's like under 20 and you never see this card. But yeah, this is the Alakazam Gold Star, but this is the Japanese version from Miracle Crystals. I mean, this is the only Japanese slab I own. This is not the first edition one, but this is, I mean, it's just beautiful. Obviously, this comes in English, was extremely expensive at a 9 or a 10, but I have no knowledge really on this card. I know what I paid for it. I paid like around $500 for it like 3 years ago. So this is one of my first slabs I've ever purchased. And I believe it's probably close to doubled right now just because of how Gold Stars are going and people love collecting low pop cards. But I would probably put it right around that $600 to $700 range. It's a fantastic card. Alakazam, one of my favorite Pokemon. And yeah, and a PSA 9. So that's my 9 collection. Obviously, actually, I have 2 more 9s in my collection, but these are going to be, my next 4 cards are for sure the most valuable cards in my collection, ranging anywhere between $1,000 to $3,500 and up. So what I'm going to be showcasing now, I'm going to be starting with crystals. So crystals are one of the most sought after cards in all of Pokemon, extremely valuable. Super hard to pull. I mean, you're talking about cards are coming out of $30,000, $35,000 booster boxes, Aquapolis, Skyridge. I mean, these are some of the most sought after booster boxes in all of Pokemon, and I have them in slabs. Just because, again, it just makes sense to buy the best card from the set in either a 9 or a 10 if you can afford it. Because, I mean, it's, you know, I can't ever afford a $30,000 booster box. But first, the lowest, as well at the lowest price, we're going to move right into this beautiful PSA 9 Crystal Nidoking from Aquapolis. It's got that swirl right there. If you guys can see it, there it is right there. I mean, there's really not much to say about this card. It's so underrated in my opinion, and it's fantastic. This is right around $900 to $1,000. I think it's $900 actually to be on the dies. Right around $900. But yeah, you never know. If somebody wants to pay more for the swirl or just this is a really good 9. And yeah, so shout out to Graded Guard. If anybody's wondering what these are, this is like a hard rubber case that goes around the actual slab, so you don't have to put a protective case around it. It feels good in your hand, and it really makes the card pop. So this right here is the Nidoking Crystal from Aquapolis. Then moving in to my most expensive cards, going right on in, staying with Aquapolis, probably one of my favorite cards from my collection. We got that PSA 9 Crystal Lugia. Easily the second best crystal in all of Pokemon. Some people think this is the best, but you obviously have the Crystal Charizard from Skyridge. I think the Crystal Charizard is just the best Charizard ever created. And this is probably the best Lugia ever made, right next to Neo Genesis. But, I mean, look at this card. It's insane. You got the lightning. You got an ocean in the background. It's just ridiculous. This in a PSA 9 is right around $3,000. Especially for this quality. Like I said, it's right around $3,000. I wouldn't sell it for anything less than $3,000. But yeah, PSA 9, super clean back and super clean front, just a little bit off center. You guys can see from here to here. That's why I pretty much got the 9. And yeah, unbelievable. All right, moving in to the next one. That's I would say $3,000, $3,500 is my next 2 favorite cards from my collection. Starting off with the PSA 10 Shadowless. PSA 10 Shadowless. These are the only 2 10s I have in my collection. The next 2 cards I'm going to show you. This is a PSA 10 Shadowless Gyarados. This is by far the cleanest Shadowless I've ever seen. No print lines, no scratches, absolutely perfect centering. Back has no whitening at all, not even a nick of whitening. Anything you see is other dust. But again, like the graded guard, that blue makes it really pop, and I absolutely love this card. My second favorite card in my collection. This is right around 3,000 to 3,500 for this. I believe this is pop like 30, 36. I think it's super, super low pop. Again, these other two are low pop, but this card is probably the lowest pop. Maybe the lowest pop in my collection, but Shadowless is very hard to grade in 10s just because they're known for print lines and scratches and such. But there you go. PSA 10 Shadowless Gyarados. Next, you guys probably already know my favorite card of all time, the most expensive card in my collection. You guys already know. A Gem Mint PSA 10 Shining Gyarados from Neo Revelation. This is the unlimited version of it, and I don't want a first edition. Unlimited is my favorite. So clean, but there you go. That is what you can see right there. Absolute beautiful card. Gyarados in the back. There you go. You guys can see it. But yeah, this is right around $3,500, and I absolutely love it. Super, super clean 10. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, this card is absolutely beautiful. It does have a swirl right here in the corner. If you get in, catch it, you can see it right there, like half swirl right there. But yeah, that is my PSA slab collection. I do have other things in my collection, like graded games and such. 2 graded games, both from WADA, Ruby version and Sapphire. Those are probably the next 2 things that are the most valuable, ranging anywhere between 2,000 to 4,000. Those are higher graded WADA collections. You guys can kind of see them right down there. I have it in an A++ 9.0 in the Sapphire, and then a higher and like a little lower grade in the Ruby version. But that's my collection, guys. I mean, that's what I hold most dear to my heart. Hopefully you guys really like this video. Yeah, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.